Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a quick review by GreyElephant Gaming. What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about Sky Tango.
Sky Tango. Now before we started filming, we practiced the tango.
We thought we might demonstrate for you, as you know, kind of a little thing on the video, and we decided it was a bad idea.
We looked good in our minds, but when we look into the camera as we're doing it, we realized we should never tango.
You never do that.
Never tango, no. So anyway, Z-Man Games sent this to us, and the purpose of this video is to give our opinion of what we thought of this game. But if you want to know more about how this game plays in real time, what should they do?
You should watch our live play, which is right up there.
Now, was there any fake or artificial time involved in the making of that show?
In real time.
Yes, real time. I want that in like real time. I want lights to come on. Alright, so the point of this game is what you're trying to do is you're trying to play cards in front of yourself or even in front of your opponent to be able to create, what's the word? Ascending.
Rows in ascending order.
Right, of either daylight cards or nighttime cards. Once you get at least 5 of either daylight or nighttime, you'll collect them up and you can put them in your pile to score them.
Exactly. So the point is you want to collect them up and score them. And your opponent can mess you up by putting cards that are going to make it difficult for you to put them in ascending order. And then you're going to have a card you don't have anything to do with. And it's going to really mess you up because you're going to get a total eclipse and lose all your cards.
Total eclipse of the heart. That's the song. Turn around, bright eyes.
I'm wondering if in a 4-player game, maybe an eclipse happens less often because, you know, you've got more options of where to put that card.
Well, we've had games where we've had 0 eclipses.
We have had
But
games
then,
with no
if you watch our
eclipses.
live play, we had several.
Right.
And it's like, and then we were on the precipice of even a couple of more. Which, that's kind of odd. And I think that's the thing. It doesn't feel like, even though it says from 2 to 4 players, the 2-player aspect of it, a little weak, you know? Because I don't have as many options. I either play on myself or I play on my one opponent sitting across from me. That's not giving me a whole lot of options. So if I had more players, then I could spread it out a little bit more.
Right, right. So I would have to say in a 2-player game, it really feels like, you know, you're basically just stuck with the cards you draw, and luck of the draw is the game, pretty much. You know?
Now, in the 4-player game, you can play as teams. Now, that's kind of cool, because then you can help each other out, plus you can try to sabotage the other opponents. Because what's fun about the game is because you're having to go in ascending order. If you see somebody play the number 2 card of, like, the daylight, well, if you got the 28 daylight card in your hand, that should be the card that you play on them, because they're not going to be able to squeeze anything in between there. So they are forced then to basically put the daylight cards on hold until they can come up with an eclipse card.
Right, so sometimes you're going to play a card on an opponent because you have nowhere to place it in your own row. Other times you're going to play a card on your opponent because you know it's going to mess them up.
Exactly, exactly. So, alright, ultimately, I think the game is fun. I feel like it's a bit mechanical because I don't feel like that I'm making really tough decisions. I feel like I'm kind of just playing through the game. You know, we were sent this one at the exact same time of Arboretum. And I fell in love with Arboretum because I felt like that wasn't just a card game. It was one of those ones where you're playing it and it's like, wow, I really have a lot of options to do.
That one feels very strategic and tactical, whereas this one is simpler. So, you know, in comparison, I think our minds are making that comparison really strong.
And I think that's probably part of the problem because I fell in love with Arboretum and this one just isn't quite up there. On the scale of difficulty and I guess just giving me more variety of what I felt like Arboretum did. A good game, didn't blow me away, it's just okay. And I think, like I said, if we play it with 4 players, I think I would like it more so.
Right.
2-player, it just kind of felt flat.
You know, our reviews, we typically concentrate on 2-player because that's what we play.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would say I feel the same about the game.
Exactly. But what should they do instead? I mean, don't take our opinion. What
you
should
watch it in real time in our live play so that you can make your own opinion about the game.
That's right. So check that video out. Get a good idea on how Sky Tango plays out. And as usual, we appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.